Okay, well, good Monday morning, New York Jet fans. It is December 20th, 2021, 7:55 a.m., and Week 15 of the NFL will continue through tonight and tomorrow with Monday and Tuesday night games. There's actually two games tonight, um, but you know, yesterday I got to say was a crazy day in the NFL. Some games that you scratch your head at. I'm going to go through them quickly and then get to our JETS Jets review on another loss where their defense gave up more than 30 points. So let's start with some recaps of yesterday's games very quickly. Let's see. So Saturday night, Colts beat the Patriots 27-17. Colts had a 17-0 lead at one point. Patriots start to come back. Colts defense holds them off, puts more points on the board. Colts go to 8-6. Patriots fall to 9-5. Um, and that is a big help for the Bills, who beat the Panthers 31-14. Panthers fall to 5-9. Bills are 8-6. Hard to believe the Panthers were 3-0 at one point. Uh, Giants and Cowboys, and Giants with a whole bunch of turmoil going on. Will Gettleman come back? Will Coach come back? Joe Judge. Will Daniel Jones be their quarterback? Will they draft early? Will they go after Russell Wilson? Cowboys come in, take care of business. They go to 10-4. They win 21-6. Giants drop to 4-10. And I do believe that the Cowboys clinch a playoff spot with the Tampa Bay loss last night. Tampa Bay lost to the Saints last night, 9-0. Tampa Bay lost three of their offensive starters in the first half. Leonard Fournette. Um, I forgot the two wide receivers, both with injuries. And Tom Brady was under pressure all day, couldn't get plays, couldn't execute first downs on third down, and the Saints hold them off. And it keeps the Saints playoff football line at 7-7. Buccaneers are still 10-4. And that is huge for the Cardinals because the Cardinals lose to the Lions 30-12. It was funny. While watching the game, the Jet game, the score went up, and I think it was 3-0, then it was 10-0. And I was just waiting for the inevitable 10-7, 10-10, 17-10, and then, Cardinals just pull away with it. They never did. They fall to 10-4 as well. The Lions are 2-11-1. The Cardinals are 10-4. And that does a lot for the draft also, with the Jets and the Giants both losing, and Jacksonville losing as well. Jacksonville, let's see if I get their score. Lost to the Titans 30-16. They're 2-12 as well. Titans are 3-11. So all these teams now bunched together still. There is actually a chance, I believe, for the Jets to get the number 2 pick. I don't think they get a number 1. I don't think that happens. I'm not sure. But they do play Jacksonville this week, and the loser of that game will have a better draft pick than the other at that point. Let's see what else we have here. Bengals and Broncos. Teddy Bridgewater with an injury taken off on the cart. The Bengals win 15-10. They go to 8-6. Broncos fall to 7-7. Both teams still in the hunt. Falcons and the 49ers. Falcons came alive as of late. They fall to the 49ers 31-13. 49ers 8-4. Falcons are 6-8. Packers and Ravens, and again, you can say Jim Harbaugh, oh, he has balls, he has this, he has that. I think it's stupidity. 2 games lost because he didn't go for the tying play at the end of regulation. 2 games. So instead of being 10-4, he's now 8-6. Okay, the Ravens with their backup QB, every time the Packers took a lead, took a commanding lead, they came back, they scored, they stopped Aaron Rodgers when they needed to, with less than a minute left on the clock, I believe, or very close to a minute left on the clock. The Ravens drive down the field, they score a touchdown, they get it to 31-30. Now, I know, if you want to say college ball and the rankings and all that, But when you have an overtime where both you get the ball, except if you don't stop them on a touchdown drive, why not go for the tie and go into overtime? Your offense right now is clicking. You're getting to Aaron Rodgers. Yes, there was 40-something seconds left. They would have kicked off. But, that means you tell me you don't trust your offense. It's not your kicker. You have one of the greatest kickers this year and in recent history. 31-30, they call a timeout. They try to draw them both sides. They get closer to the goal line. They don't. They call a timeout. They draw up a play, and just couldn't get the play just looked sloppy, wasn't executed correctly, and they lose 31-30. So two games. They did this against the Steelers a few weeks back, and they did it yesterday. Two games. You could say, oh, then Jim Harbaugh, if that happens, but it didn't happen. The odds are very low for a 2-point conversion. My father always said, it's like putting another touchdown in. You still have to get into the end zone. It's not a kick where these guys are almost automatic, especially, Tucker, who they have. So if they miss the playoffs or they get a very, um, you know, bad seed in the playoffs, it's these two games because you're looking at a 2-game swing because of this. So the Packers go to 11-3. They win 31-30. I do believe the Packers have won the NFC North. Um, Saints and Buccaneers we spoke about. No, nothing. It was Goodwin who got injured. Um, Fournette got injured. I forgot who the other wide receivers. I'm looking now to see. Mike Evans was the last wide receiver to get injured. So tonight there are two games. Tonight is Raiders Browns at 5 o'clock Eastern, and then Vikings Bears at 8:15 Eastern, and then tomorrow night Seahawks at Rams at 7 p.m. So let's talk about our Jets. Last week they played, and you know what? Looking at it now, maybe not such a bad Saints team that took care of Tom Brady yesterday. But they lost to the Saints last week. You know, it's been an up and down season to say the least. Zach has looked good at times. He's looked bad more times than not. But it's not all Zach. The kid has happy feet. The kid is jittery behind that line, and I don't blame him. Um, it's almost like they could string together a couple of drives, and then they just let it be. There's no adjustments made. Um, the Jets had a 17-7 lead at one point, and you know, you say 10-point lead. Tua did not look that great. Um, the first half, the defense of the Dolphins, who were blitz happy, didn't blitz much. They were able to have Zach was able to go through his progressions. He was able to make some plays. The running back was able to make some runs, and then all of a sudden, it was just halftime came, and the Dolphins came out, and their defense adjusted, and their offense adjusted, and the Jet defense again gave up over 30 points, and that has been a story this year. Giving up third and longs, giving up second and longs, not getting off the field, dumb penalties. You got a, a fair catch called on a punt, and the Jet defender goes and hits the receiving player after he calls fair catch. What is the issue? This is all discipline. This is all stuff that is taught, but you can only teach so much, and they have to execute. For the most part, the first half, I thought the Jets had a nice balanced attack. I thought LaFleur had a good game plan, but then things just, you know, I don't know. It's just been the Jets story this year. Last year, they were just a bad team who could not score and do anything. This year, they put together a few scoring drives. They put together some drives. You say, wow, that was they used their tight ends. They used their wide receivers. Wide receivers, first of all, cannot get any type of separation. I don't know if it's the way the routes are run by the wide receivers. I don't know if it's the way the defenders are playing. I don't know if it's the way the play is drawn up. Um, but they can't get great separation. There are certain areas or certain times where they did get separation. Crowder was open a few times where Zach didn't see him, and that's field presence. That's field vision, and he needs to be able to see these players. Um, they did some trickery they did some plays that the way they were drawn up. I mean, one was, you know, I think it was like a pass to, a lateral pass or behind the line pass to, I believe it was Berrios. It went back to Zach. Zach was under extreme pressure, and then he found his tight end for first down. There was another one on that same play. I think Crowder was the one that was wide open, but because they couldn't contain the edge, Zach had to run out, and try to extend the play. You don't need. You shouldn't be running 4 or 5 gadget plays a game, 1 or 2 at the most. I mean, I haven't seen gadget plays like this, in years. It used to be, you had a flea flicker, you had a reverse, maybe once in a while. Nothing like this, and it's not just the Jets; it's a lot of these teams. Um, to me, Berrios has proven to be a great commodity right now as a special teamer and a receiver. I don't know if Crowder comes back next year. You know, you have our receiver who's injured. I forget his name; doesn't come to mind. Denzel Mims. And listen, this was a 2-part play. Zach threw it high, but Mims is over 6 feet tall. Mims has those big hands. The ball hit him in the hands, couldn't come down with it. You know, and I want this kid to play on the field. I want this kid to be able to make plays. I don't want to see anybody benched. I don't want to see anybody cut, but he's got to be able to not make mistakes and overcome those mistakes. And if he drops a pass, say, all right, we know we got him next time. And right now, that kid's not giving me any confidence, and that's why he wasn't on the field earlier in the season. He couldn't get off the practice team to start, and then when he finally did start, he didn't see much playing time. And then when he saw some playing time, in the beginning he showed what he could do, but it kind of slowed down. I want this kid to evolve because he could be a weapon. He is a tall receiver. He has big hands. He should be able to, to be a weapon for us. So the stat line for yesterday's game for the Jets on offense, Zach Wilson was 13 of 23 for 170 yards, 7.4 yards an attempt. His rating was 80. No touchdowns, no INTs. Um, I thought I read that he ran one in. I don't remember. It might have been the touchdown that I missed. I actually missed the second touchdown, I believe. On rushing, Coleman had 8 for 50. Carter had 8 for 18. Wilson had 4 for 12. And yes, he did run one in. Okay. And then Berrios had one that he rushed in for a touchdown. Mosley had 14 tackles yesterday. He was all over the field. Quincy Williams with 11. There was that Ashton Davis INT. And then there was that Eccles INT as well. At one point it was 24-17 and late, and the Jets, had that big pick for a touchdown, and you thought that was the play the defense was going to use to maybe springboard not only this game but maybe the rest of the season, these next 4 games, and then the Dolphins came right downfield and scored, and the Jets offense could not do anything. So the story, and this has been the story I think of the whole season, was on that last drive for the Jets. It was, I think, 4th and 9. I'd be lying if I knew the exact, maybe 4th and 8. And Zach is under pressure, and he finds Cole. Now, Cole ran a yard short, a half a yard short of the sticks, but the pass was also short. So even if he ran the full length to get to the line to get the first down, I don't know if the pass from Zach gets to him. But even that, like, that's just, you get that chance, you get the pass off, and we can't convert. And that has been the story of the season this year. You put up all these points, and you think 24 points. You say Zach's going to have no INTs, okay? He's going to have a QB rating of 80, which, okay. He's going to rush a touchdown in, and they're going to put up 24 points, and the defense is going to have a touchdown on an interception. You say, against the Dolphins, that's probably enough, but it's not. So, Jets fall again. You can see there was some frustration in the press conferences. Listen, I understand the team is frustrated. I understand the coaches are frustrated. I understand the players are frustrated. So are the fans. We want to see wins. I always say at this point of the season, with the record that they have, it's not maybe the amount of wins that they add on, but how they play. You tell me, they put up 450 yards worth of offense, 3 TDs, and they lose by a 45-yard field goal as time runs out, or a 55-yard field. Okay, they kept the game close enough. The offense is progressing. No, this was a game that they had their first lead at halftime, a 10-0 lead at halftime. Um, I believe it was 10-0 or 10-7, 10-3, whatever it was at halftime. The first lead they had all year at halftime. They were the first time they ever got a 10-point lead at one point all season, and they couldn't hold this. And as much as you put this on Zach and the offense not being able to muster, the defense had a 10-point lead. And the defense put 7 more points on the board. And still. So there's plenty of blame to go around. I don't know. There's still a lot of questions about Zach, and I know we've said this about uh, Donald 2 years ago after that first season. He was coming along those last 4 games that first season. He was coming along. Zach hasn't shown me that progress yet. I hope he does. The one thing I did see at Zach on the sidelines was he does not look like he gets down. He does not look defeated. There was always that, and I go back to Mark Sanchez, where when things didn't go right, his head would be down on the bench and he'd have his hands on his head, or he'd be shaking his head. Zach seems to be talking to his coaches. Zach seems to be smiling. I mean, he still looks like a little kid, enjoying what he's doing. Um, I just hope he could progress. So I wanted to make this a quick video. I'm running a little late this morning, and um, I didn't want to just clutter it with just gabbing and all that. We will have another video towards the end of the week, hopefully either Thursday night or Friday morning, which is Christmas Eve. And we'll discuss the upcoming game against the Jaguars, draft implications, how the games Monday and Tuesday went, excuse me, and of course a preview of all the games for that weekend. Have a great day, have a great week, have a safe week, have a healthy week. Please stay safe. Have a blessed week, a blessed week, however you call it. Enjoy. The holidays are upon us. It is frigid outside here in the Northeast. Tonight, 5 o'clock, Browns and Raiders, and then later on, I believe it's the Bears and the Vikings. Have a great day. Go Jets. Please check us out. The Takeoff is our Twitter handle at the Takeoff. Facebook, the Takeoff is our Facebook group. On YouTube, please subscribe to Takeoff. Alex Marziali, you can Google it. And of course, email us at thejetstakeoff@gmail.com. Have a great day. Happy Monday to everybody.